Hi lovelies, welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing some color blocking with acrylic for the first time, so we're doing something different. I did go ahead and prep my nails, prime them, apply my tips, and I also lay down my thin layer of clear acrylic and all that good stuff. So I am starting off with my JC Beauty Concepts Cover Blush Acrylic Powder, and I am going to create a sort of an ombre on my pinky finger and my thumb. Now, I say sort of because I don't want this nude to be faded too far up that clear tip, because I do want it to remain just that. So what I am doing is I'm just using the nude to cover up my natural nail plates. So while I wait for that nude to dry, I'm going to move on to the color blocking nail. Now, I have never done this before, and to be honest with you guys, it's because I was a little bit afraid of doing it or how it would turn out. So I don't have any cutting knives or anything like that. I decided to use my smile line cutter to see how it will work. So what I'm doing is I'm starting off with my cover blush, and I am placing it sort of to one side of the nail, making sure it's nice and even and thick all the way around, so that I can go in now with my smile line cutter and just cut right where I want the diagonal line to be. Now, the reason why I'm using my smile line cutter is because I did not want to go in and file, so I'm looking for a quick way to do a simple color block design. And to be honest with you guys, this worked perfectly. I did want it a little higher up on this side of my nail, so I just went in with a little bit of my nude acrylic powder and patched that in. Now I do have to wait for it to set to go back in and use my smile line cutter again, just to make sure that it's straight all the way across. So now with my second color, I am going to go in with the bright pink from JC Beauty Concepts as well, and I'm pushing it up towards that nude, and I'm even going to cover over the nude just to make sure when I start to file that I have a nice smooth crisp line and there are no gaps in between the two colors. So one thing I did learn while attempting this color block is that you do need to make sure whenever you're using any tool to cut into your design, dip it into your acrylic powder. You could either dip it into the color that you're using. I did dip mine into the clear. And another tip is that you need to make sure that the colors have started to set before you cut into it. So just as that acrylic loses its shine, you want to go ahead, and that is when you want to cut. Now, if you cut too soon before, which I did with this pink because it did take a little longer to set compared to the nude, there is going to be a mess. I did have a mess, and I left it in for you guys to see what is possible to happen. Now, it could have been worse, but that pink did start to set. It just was not ready to cut. So you need to check your acrylic to make sure that you cut it just at the right time. So what I did in order for me to clean up, I just used some acetone on my cleanup brush, and I just passed it over the tip of that nail, and then I used the same smile line cutter to scrape away any excess acrylic that I did not want there. So now I'm going in with my third color, and I decided to use a clear glitter acrylic powder. This one is the Misty Glitter from JC Beauty Concepts, and I'm just going to repeat the exact same thing I did with the pink. I placed it up against that pink and over it to make sure that when I start to file again that we have a nice crisp line, and I'm just working it a little way further down the tip as to where I actually want it, because remember, you are going to cut away from the acrylic, so just make sure it's a little further than exactly where you want it placed on the nail. And when I was happy with that, I just allowed my smile line cutter to do the rest of the work for me. Another thing I learned while doing this nail is that once you're doing a color block, you need to make sure that there is some thickness to this nail, and it needs to be even on all sides, because when you start to file, the nail is going to get thin, but you don't want to file away all those nice crisp lines that you just put all that work into doing. So that is why I also recommended overlapping your colors. So for my final color, I am using my pastel teal from the JC Beauty Concepts pastel collection, and the only difference with this is I'm going to work it all the way to the tip of that nail. I'm going to allow it to set, then I'm going to come back to it to file. So while I wait on that, I am going to move on to my index finger, and I did do my smile line. So now I'm just going to go around my smile line with that same bright pink acrylic powder. I am working with the acrylic nice and wet. For me, I prefer to do it like this. It's sort of like I'm painting on my smile line because I don't like using the acrylic too dry. I find I don't get where I need to get with it. So making sure that this is nice and thin and still below my smile line, because I definitely need to go in and encapsulate after I'm finished with this nail. I'm just making sure not to get any on the actual nude. So now around the smile line, I am going to be using this misty glitter, and on top of that I'm going to go in with the Valentino Shreds acrylic powder, and I'm just going to place the shreds more to the center of the nail and then around the smile line. So now I'm going to go back to that thumbnail, and I'm using the Valentino Shreds, and I'm going to fade it back towards the nude acrylic powder. And the reason why I wanted this at the tip is because I'm really loving the way that that shattered glass tip looks recently. And I didn't apply too much of the shreds because I still wanted the nail to look clear. And I repeated the exact same thing on my pinky finger as well. So now it's time for me to do the line reveal. And boy oh boy, I was so nervous to do this because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I really am happy with the way that my first color blocking acrylic nail turned out. And guys, I've been putting off doing this design for so long because of the fact that I wasn't sure of how it would come out, and then I was like, hey, I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna just do it. Like, what's the worst that could actually happen? If it doesn't turn out the way that it's supposed to, I can always just take it off and do it over, right? Tell me what you guys think. How do you find this nail turned out in the comment section below? And have you ever tried color blocking, and what was your experience with it? Or are you like me and you've just been procrastinating and have not gotten around to doing it just yet? So what I did is I did go ahead and encapsulate this nail, and I'll tell you guys why. I filed so much acrylic off of this nail that I needed some structure. Now, if you do your acrylics thick enough, then you don't have to. But because I wanted to make sure that my lines were nice and sharp, I did. So my clear acrylic is now to just give my apex area the strength that it needs for my nails to last. I know the shape of these nails looks so wonky, and that is because I did not go in and pre-shape the tips after I applied them. So I'm just going to do one set of shaping and that's it. So on my ring finger, I did fade the nude up as I did for the pinky finger and the thumb. The only thing is I'm going to take the Misty Glitter and coat the entire nail, and then I'm going to go in with the Valentino Shreds and I'm going to cover the nail as well. And I just went ahead, encapsulated all the nails. I did file, shape, and buff off camera. And now I'm going in with the finishing touches just to complete my design. So I laid down my bling gel on one corner of my thumb, and I'm going to be applying these crystal clear Swarovskis. After placing my crystals, before I put my hand into the light to cure that gel, I am going to use my MadamGlam Snow White Gel Top Coat, and I'm going to coat over the entire nail. After I do that, then I am going to go ahead and cure that nail for a full 30 seconds, and I'm going to repeat the exact same thing on my pinky. You can leave the color block nail as is and just apply some top coat, but I just wanted a little bit extra on it. So I'm taking this stamping plate from Beauty Big Bang, and I am going to use this rose stamp pattern, and I'm going to apply it over the misty glitter on the center of my color block. After I apply that, I did go in with my acetone and my cleaner brush, and I just cleaned around the stamp, and I did trace the line between the pink and the misty glitter, and I just went along that line with some of those clear crystals as well. I'm going to be leaving my index finger plain, so what I'm doing is I'm just applying my MadamGlam's No Wipe Gel top coat, and I'm going to go ahead and cure that. So unfortunately, we have reached the final nail of this set, and I am just going to be applying 2 3D roses using the same pastel teal on this hand, and I used the bright pink on my opposite hand. And I did decide to leave this nail matte, so what I did is I just went underneath it with my No Wipe Gel top coat, and in the center of each rose I did place my gem gel down, and I applied 1 clear Swarovski crystal to each rose. But if you are interested in a step-by-step tutorial as to how I create my 3D roses, I will have it on the screen in the cards above for you guys, and I will also list it in the how-to section in my description box below, so you guys can click on it and check it out. So that is it, guys. If you enjoy this set, you know what to do. Go ahead and leave me a confetti emoji with the comments in the comment section below. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down below, and while you're there, why not just turn the post notifications on so that you don't miss out the next time I upload a new video. Definitely go ahead and check out the rest of the videos on the channel. We do have a giveaway running. It is on the UV light from Melody Susie. I will be announcing the giveaway winner in our next Review It Thursday, which is Thursday the 31st of January. So if you have not entered as yet, now is your chance to do so. So that is it for me, guys. I am out. As always, I would love for you guys to keep safe, and I'll see you soon.